What's up, yappers? This is Yapping Hours, another episode on your browser screen. Today, we're going to be talking about something we've actually talked about a week ago. It was kind of something we had ranted about in one of our videos. I believe it was in Summer Games Fest. I believe that was the one.
It was Summer Games.
That we talked about Hideo Kojima and why he ain't shit. And David Cage too. But the main motherfucker we talking about is Hideo, because Deathstranding 2 is going to come out in a week from now, like a week-ish from now. So we wanted to talk shit about how he's like this pretentious writer. He thinks he's so I said it in the video, but just to make sure to say it again, he thinks he's so fucking big brain and shit. Like I showed these guys earlier before we recorded. In Detroit Become Human, there is a black android who, at the beginning, sits in the back of the bus. Literally, like, there's the front of the bus is humans and the back of the bus is androids, because of racism. And then there's another part where he does where he's protesting, he's leading a protest, and there's 4 options you could choose, and one of the options is for the fist, right? And then the next option, the very first option shows is we have a dream. No, stop, please. Like,
did Hideo Kojima have any hand in the creation of that game?
Yes.
Okay, he did. In Detroit Become Human.
Yeah. Oh, sorry, no, that's
David Cage is what you're saying, right?
Yeah, sorry, that was David Cage. But Hideo
you're shitting on Hideo Kojima and talking about Detroit Become Human. Rainbow.
Yeah, you're right.
Here we go again.
Look, but they're on the same level. They're still on the same level. Because, what is it, Metal Gear, Deathstranding? I think there's something else. Oh, PT. That's another fucking one. You niggas really got so hype over PT, which was, I think it was called something trailer. It was standing for something trailer. I forget exactly what it is. For Silent Hills, you got we're in a square room, or like there's a hallway, it goes in a square, and whoa, that was scary. Whoa, I never saw that coming. And then the shit gets canceled, and y'all like, why did you cancel it?
So animated.
He hates Hideo. I'm gonna be real with you guys.
I don't hate him as a person. I just hate him as a games director. Pick a different path, bro.
Well, once we get into some of these articles, you might start hating him as a person. But anyways, I just want to make this clear. I don't actually hate him for, how, as Rainbow's saying, pretentious he is as a creator. I don't really know much about the guy, honestly. And I don't really play his games either. They've never been my cup of tea. But with that being said, I want to talk about this one thing here real quick. He had an interview. Hideo Kojima had an interview recently. Someone made an article about it, and they titled the article, what did they title it? I believe it was The Life and Death of Hideo Kojima. And this popped up on my phone, right?
What?
It popped up on my phone, and I was like, wait a second, what the hell? The Life and Death of Hideo Kojima? Like, the dude died? Yeah, that's what I thought. Everybody's like, did he die? And I immediately started going on Google, typing up, like, Hideo Kojima died, right? And you know how Google will tell you, like, oh yeah, this person lived to the age of 50-something, and then it says died or whatever, they passed away. It didn't say that. So I'm like, what? Did they not update it? Like, is this not real? Like, what's going on?
Turns out edit the wiki.
Turns out that that's just the way the person decided to name that particular article. And he didn't die. The reason he put life and death is because at the very end of the article, the interviewer, I guess, was asking Hideo Kojima questions about like what he's gonna do when he dies. Like what does he think about, like, his ideas and shit when he dies? Like, is he gonna pass the baton or whatever? That types of stuff. So that's why they put death in there. But he didn't actually die. So it freaked a lot of people out to the point where I think another journalist made another article, like, people freaking out thinking that Hideo Kojima died because of this article. Like, it's so stupid. But anyways,
the Bay title.
Yeah, there was a question that was asked. This is the actual question. I have it written down here. It says, you've talked about passing the baton in the loop of life. How do you want Hideo Kojima to be remembered when you pass it on? And Hideo Kojima said, I am not going to pass the baton to anyone. I would rather crush the baton. And then he laughs. He says, I don't need to give Hideo Kojima to anyone. If I pass the baton to my staff and tell them to make things the same way I do, the company will not succeed and will go out of business. So, Rainbow, what do you think about that? I know Rainbow's very like...
That's so... He thinks he's him.
Okay.
Shut up, bro.
The very last part makes sense in terms of like, hey, you know, you're your own person, your own anatomy, you know, do something else, whatever. But he said it in such a way where he's like, I'm not passing it. This isn't a relay. Like, there's only one me. I mean, I'm just an entity. I'm not a person. Like, I'm God himself, the God of writing. Like, fuck yourself, bro.
You know what that reminds me of? That reminds me of Trump. There was an interview where Trump was like, I had to do it. I'm the chosen one. Y'all see that? And Trump literally looks up and goes, I'm the chosen one. Like he looks up at the sky.
Excuse me, somebody had to do it. I am the chosen one. Somebody had to do it.
Oh, you gotta show me that, bro.
I'll play it for you. It's so
that.
fucking funny. Yeah.
What sucks though is that, oh my god, he talks like he's him, like he's the man. It's like, dude, fuck off. But what makes it even worse is that his consumers eat that shit up.
Oh yeah, they love that shit. People
fucking
love
like,
Hideo. It's insane.
Nothing pisses me off more than Death Stranding fans. Like, holy fucking shit, you're paying for a $70 movie ticket, dude. It's not even a fucking video game. You're just watching an Amazon worker deliver packages. Fuck you.
And you know what, you say that? So in some of our previous episodes, we did mention that about how it's just Amazon, but you know, as a movie.
Yeah.
It especially happened when they try to make movies as a game, where they're just like...
Yeah. He wants to be a movie producer so bad. Like, just go from game directing to movie producer.
Well, when you read the articles, that's literally what it says. Like, I think it labels him as like a movie producer / game developer. Like, he's basically in both of those realms.
But it's because what they wanted to do, especially back then, where you know how fucking, like, people who don't play video games are like, oh, cartoony, and it's like, it's for kids, and whatever the fuck. Even though, like, we have shit like Mortal Kombat, but whatever. But when they see that, they're like, oh, get that away from the kids, right? So they're like, okay, let's put them in their place. Let's make video games, but make them like movies. Super realistic, and adult themes that, like, you have to really think about. Really put your mind to. Forgetting that video games are games. We're here for fun. You can make your little pat on the head like, oh, you got it, sport. You understand the assignment as games. But make fucking games. Out of all the Metal Gear games I've ever played, or lack thereof, the only ones that ever interested me and that I played is Metal Gear Rising Revengeance. And you wanna know why I like that game? Despite him being the supervising director, is because Platinum Games made it and they don't give a fuck about the story. They just said, let's make something so stupid that's still kind of related to Metal Gear. Because, you know, Raiden's in the story, so... And I was just like, okay, this is funny. And they still have, like, the underlying themes and shit, but it's not so, like, did you get it? Did you get it? Did you get it?
It is kind of, did you get it, though? Dude, I've seen the gameplay. I've seen some of the story cutscenes. Not some of them. I believe I've seen the whole entire, from start to finish, of Metal Gear Rising. It's very political, if I'm not mistaken. There's a lot of stuff in that game.
But the difference, I can understand why you say that, to be fair. But the difference is, there's political, and then every Metal Gear before that is, you're sneaking around. So you got to take your time with the story. You got to see, like, all of these, like, there's, like, one point in Phantom Pain where it went, like, his face to, like, now he's, like, blood all over himself with a horn right here. Like, he's the devil now. But, back to him. And then, like, there's other points where he was, like, he was sitting around, he's being old and born again and shit. It's like, dude.
Here's what I think the bigger difference is between Metal Gear Rising and like Metal Gear, like with Big Boss Snake and shit, right? The difference is that you can pretty much play Metal Gear Rising and ignore the entirety of the story and just enjoy the game, and you don't even need to pay attention to the story at all. You can just play the game and you can have a great time and be like, yo, this is fun, just slashing shit in slow motion. Like, it's fun. You don't need to pay attention to it at all. But Metal Gear, if you just focus on the gameplay, you're kind of missing out on a big chunk of the overall core of the game, which is like the story and whatnot. And I don't know, it's gonna feel like you're skipping something if you're not paying attention to it versus Metal Gear Rising, if that makes sense.
Which is fine, because you guys know I'm a big story guy. Yeah. I love my single player shit, which is why it pisses me off more when I talk about this dumb nigga. Because like I said, when I play Rising, I'm like, I pay attention to the story, don't get me wrong, because there's some stuff like the word memes is in the game, and that game was like in like early 2010s.
Oh yeah, but it didn't mean memes. Memes was something completely different.
It was completely something different, but people don't know that, because I was like, oh, memes meant jokes or whatever, right? So there is like political undertones and shit, but you want to know what you notice when you play the damn game? Me cut you 10 different ways and shit.
In slow motion.
And now you look like a fucking birthday cake. Like that's the game you're thinking of. Like, indie games do that shit too, where it's always a 2D Metroidvania-esque big brain story. And there's also indie games that are actually gameplay, right? But they're just so pretentious about it, and that's what annoys the fuck out of me. It's like, you could think of yourself like, oh, I got this cool game, these cool themes, and oh, like, I want to show what it's like or whatever. But he thinks, like, Metal Gear's gameplay is like damn near 75% cutscenes. The cutscenes are the movie. The rest of the gameplay has you like dun like the whole fucking time. Let me hide in a box. Whoa. Like, Jesus Christ, man, just fucking move along.
I don't think that's accurate. I think you're exaggerating very heavily. There is a lot of gameplay to Metal Gear. I can't say the same for Deathstranding, but Metal Gear, it's different. But back to Deathstranding here. Here is another article that I had found. And I'm just going to read the title of it all, because that's the most important thing. It basically says, the previews of Death Stranding 2 are so good. Hideo Kojima is worried too many people will like it. Maybe this is a problem. That's what it says.
This guy's so fucking retard. Oh my god. What a cornball. Fucking cornball.
So, I thought this one was hilarious to me personally. I found it to be just... Bro, the amount of confidence you gotta have to say some shit like this. Hideo Kojima is truly that guy. He's the chosen one. He's the chosen one of gaming. Rainbow likes to call me the god of gaming. He's the god of gaming, man. God's gift to gaming. Go ahead,
You're worried about people liking your product. You're so fucking. You're not.
No. He's worried that too many people like it. Too many people like it, and that's a problem. Like, no, you guys aren't supposed to like it yet.
You know what's fucking...
You're supposed to let the game cook, and then you're supposed to like. I don't know. The way it's worded makes me believe that Hideo Kojima is worried that people are liking it from the jump of the game. Although I didn't read the full article. And, you know, maybe we should go back and read the full thing. I don't know what the exact reasoning behind this is specifically, but, like, I just find that whole wording to be off. Like,
I really hope that it's, like, mistranslation or something, because if he actually meant what he said, fuck you. Well, you're so fucking... You're a cornball, you cornball. Holy fucking shit.
You know what's crazy? Every game developer's dream is to at least have one game, just one
successful,
where super successful, everyone loves it, everyone talks about it, you know, it's their masterpiece, their magnum opus. This nigga says every game I make is a magnum opus, so I just hope that you guys don't like this one. This is the one. I think this is my worst product ever. Like, and you niggas
Okay, wait. Now that I think about it, there's one thing. Maybe I'm overthinking it, but one thing that comes to mind. Maybe he's afraid that what if this becomes so successful and everybody loves it, and then his next product, he's afraid that he won't live up to that reputation.
That could be it too.
Yeah,
No.
people will complain and be like, "Oh shit, this is nothing like Death Stranding 2." So maybe.
I highly doubt it. I highly doubt it because every game he's ever made, according to people, is better than the last one. Like I said, PT was so successful, and it was a fucking demo. It wasn't even a game. It was so successful that people were mad at PlayStation and Konami. Sorry. They're mad at PlayStation and Konami for, essentially cucking him. And he's like, fuck this, I'm gonna leave. And that's where he made Death Stranding. People are like, fucking masterpiece. Oh, there's so many themes. I get to see the inside of a fetus. I understand what this means. Oh, Mads Mikkelsen, he's draped in dirt and shit. He's looking up in the sky, thinking he's God's chosen one or some bullshit. It's like that's what I'm fucking talking about. Like, y'all have such... You know what's crazy? It's because we live in a day, and we've mentioned this before on and off recording, that people's brain cells are so fucking small that they're just like, oh, it's gotta be quick. It's gotta be quick. It's gotta be quick. It's gotta be quick. Right? That they don't... Like, when there's like longer forms of like introspective content or whatever, they're only going to choose one so they could get back to their 15-second and 6 seconds and shit, which we try to do. Yeah, they're waiting for their short form, which is what we try to do, but we have so much to say, especially about this dumb nigga.
You hate this guy so much.
I hate his writing. I just hate his writing so much, bro. Like, for those who don't know, because I've told these guys, I like writing. I like writing, like, a whole bunch of short stories. If I lock in, I'm going to have, like, multiple books that I make, whatever. If I actually fucking lock in. That's why I pay attention to stories and shit. Like crazy, is because, like, I've been what do you call it? Like, really big fan of writing. There's a word I'm trying to think of. Been a really big fan of writing ever since I was like 14, because, Bono told upon the social ladders I had to do something, right? Like, I love creative writing. So when I see his writing get praised to all high hell, and I look at the shit, and it's the most, hey guys, do you see what I did there? Ass fucking cutscenes and shit. Oh my god. I'm just like, nigga, you should start from the top and go to the bottom. Like, Jesus Christ. Now you're there.
A lot of people really love the whole, like, reading in between the lines, deeper meaning storytelling. And I agree with you. I think it's good when it's done in a certain way. But if every single video game or movie that's created, and you have to have that included, like, oh yeah, did you see what I did there? Did you catch it? Did you catch the deeper meaning right there? In every single creative thing that you make, that shit just gets annoying. Sometimes it's just like, dude, just make something fun, just make something cool that we can all just appreciate just from like watching it on its own without having to go to YouTube and look up a whole fucking video description on what the hell I just watched type of deal. I kind of get what you mean, but
yeah, leave that for the movies. Like, I just want to play something, dude. Like, I'd rather play Bloons than Death Stranding.
Oh my God.
Even in like movies too, if all we had was read in between the fucking lines, like, all movies would be ass. Like, just like, one, like, if you literally have to like really dig deep for this movie to actually know what the fuck, like, the reason why something's happened is fucking Godzilla. You wanna know why Godzilla was made? Godzilla was essentially World War II. Like, in World War II, we were like dropping bombs and shit. Godzilla is the allegory of that.
Yeah. No, I know.
What the hell? I actually didn't know that. Is that real?
Yeah. And he's eating like all the nuclear shit because he's technically a hero. Technically. And like when all the other monsters came, all the other monsters came, he was like, I'm gonna protect all the humans, and then he just fucks off somewhere else, like goes into the sunset in the water after he's done. That's literally Godzilla. But see, he wouldn't know that because all he sees is hyper beam and shit, and it's fucking cool.
Yeah, this is cool.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we need movies like that. We also need movies that are fucking stupid, that don't make sense, but we're here to enjoy it, right? We can have Sinners as a movie.
How did I know Sinners was gonna get brought up either by you or me? Holy shit!
I'm not gonna lie. It was the first thing I could think of. I was trying to think of other shit. So we could have a movie like Sinners, and we could have a movie like Transformers, and then we could have a movie that's like, what's the Knives movie with the James Bond actor?
I don't know, but I was just gonna bring up John Wick or some shit. We need our John Wick films, man. I just love just Keanu Reeves running around killing everybody, man. And that's all I need. No
I'll
deeper
take
meaning.
Sinners.
Fuck all that shit. You killed Keanu Reeves' dog, and he's just gonna kill everybody for it. That plain and simple. That's all it takes.
Mm-hmm. Rainbow shit. If they kill Goro, I already know he's gonna go.
Yeah, you mean the name of your cat? You're so fucking dumb, bro.
Yeah. That is the dumbest name, Goro. Holy shit. Anyways.
Look, we'll finish off with this, because I'm just going to keep hating the whole video. I mean, I'm sure like there's 15 minutes of hate as it is. Look, I'll say this. If you're an aspiring writer, or if you have stories to tell the stories. Tell them, please. I would love to hear them. If you got a, what was it, AO3, account or whatever you want, like, show that off, hey, I would love to read it. But this nigga is not someone you should follow in the footsteps. If you make games like he does, or movies he wanted to make like these ones, don't just do it all the fucking time. Like,
I do have two final thoughts here. Once you're done with yours, are you basically concluding?
no,
right?
I'm basically done. So if y'all have something, go ahead.
First things first. When this game comes out, obviously people are gonna play it and then they're gonna post their like non-commentary walkthroughs on YouTube. I'm gonna ask you guys first. Would you guys be down to watch it?
Yes.
And then we react to it? Not the entire thing, but just we'll watch maybe like the first 30 minutes, because we know there's got to be like a 30-minute cutscene or some shit. And if you guys are interested, we can make a video of us like reacting to it or some shit like that and talking about, or maybe not reacting to it, but maybe just talking about it. We'll see if anybody's interested. We could possibly do that. And here's the last thing I wanted to ask you, to ask both of you, just off of the title alone, how it says like the reception of the game is so good. Like Hideo Kojima's worried about it because it's so good. Do you guys believe the game is going to be good?
No.
It's not going to be good for people like us, but it's going to be good for glazers and for people who think like he's God's gift to writing.
It'll be good, but it's just gonna be over glorified, and people are gonna exaggerate how good it is. Like it's like Sinners. Like,
the game's gonna be ass. Like if you watch a gameplay, like there's gonna be no commentary gameplay, and then you put that beside no commentary cutscenes, and I promise you, if you only saw the gameplay, you would absolutely be snoozing in the first 30 seconds.
oh, I want that game beating Kingdom Hearts 3 for best soundtrack because it had one good song. Oh, I was gonna lose my shit.
Episode, but
Kojima,
I'm watching
Kojima, no one's gonna crush the baton too. By the way, once you die, people are gonna continue your work. Like you're not him. We don't care. Once you're dead, you're buried. We're gonna continue.
We need people like Toriyama.
Okay, good. All right, wrap it up, hurry up.
I'm sorry, that shit was just so corny. Crush the baton, like fuck you.
With that said, thank you guys for watching. We'll catch y'all in the next episode.